Arena Breakout. So there I was, fighting the good fight with my good buddy Fearson on farm. Today we spawned at cemetery and we're making our way straight for motel. My good friend hasn't had much luck yet. He has yet to extract with a red, so we're trying to change that today. As we secure the basement, and eventually the bottom floor of all those pesky little bots, we make our way upstairs. Fearson wants to open the main guest bedroom, and I want to make sure that none of our randoms steal his loot. You never know in Arena Breakout, right? So you gotta watch your brother's back. If you've got randoms on your team, it's better to plan for the worst and hope for the best, and that's what we're doing today. So I'm gonna stand guard in the doorway, making sure no random can come through and steal Fearson's loot at the last second. While I'm waiting, I'm just trying to pick out information to pass along to the team. Whether the randoms use it or not is up to them. As Fearson finishes looting, I point out that there are enemies that hop up. The bots are aggravated and giving away their position, so I point it out to the team. I'd also heard footsteps west, so I was trying to flush out sounds with a grenade when Fearson hit the deck. The player at hop up picked him off through the window. Now it's up to me and my MPX, and that's not a good thing. I get a few glimpses of the player, but between poor trigger discipline and bad recoil control, I end up putting more bullets in the wall than the player, of course. Between that and the damage drop-off over that range with an MPX, I'm not doing anything to that player. So I'm just trying to hold my angle to get information, hoping he comes closer, hoping he jumps down. And that's when I noticed that my internet connection isn't doing so great. This doesn't bode well for sniping, especially with the gun I'm using. And at the same time, I also hear a door close behind me. Fearson pointed out that a player was sneaking up behind me and I've been waiting for him to get closer. Now's the moment.
This would be good.
With the MPX's rate of fire, I'm confident that if I get the first shot off, I'm gonna win this fight. But I am sadly mistaken as that player walks all over me. I hear the player moan in pain, I see pops of blood, and yet I'm the one that hits the deck.
What?
At least the random was ready and waiting and finishes off the player for me. He ends up surviving and getting out with about 200k loot, unlike the rest of us. So getting back to the menu, I check my connection and sure enough everything's fine. I try to load the replay and I end up coming into some connection problems, so what I see I doubt. I still try to watch it through because I want to know what happens. When I watch it, I'm surprised to see that I don't even shoot at all, but now that the connection issues start firing up, I'm not too surprised. What I am surprised about is that my actual internet connection is still nice and strong. So I check the battle review, and obviously I got a headshot, but what surprises me is when I look at my damage, and I see that that player hasn't taken a single hit. I hit the replay a few more times until I get a clean replay take. And still, I'm just standing there, leaning my head closer into the crosshairs of the enemy, helping them get their headshot, but no shots fired back. It's very frustrating to see, especially when you look at the replay and you see your shots fired, landed, and did nothing. And then you look and see Mr. Perfect here, all squeaky clean with their superior internet connection and impressive gameplay skills, an ego too big to fit in the motel. And let me tell you something else, you son of a Arena Breakout! So there I was, back on farm with my brother in arms. We don't have any randoms to worry about this time, and we're kicking off the Thrilla and Villa. But the loot proves to be pretty disappointing, so we make the best of it, take what we want, and make our way into the wheat field. We position ourselves to move along the south side of the motel, and Siri spots some enemies on the balcony. We want to make our way into the little house beside motel, so we jump over the south wall and make our way around the corner inside. This is an excellent way for duos to enter motel because it's a lot easier to watch each other's flanks when the entire southern side is dead terrain. We get comfy inside the little house and start checking angles and picking out information and trying to get a feel for what's going on. We know that there are at least 2 teams, both sides of the second floor being covered, as well as enemies approaching the house itself. We take up positions, start holding angles, and get ready for a firefight. A player looks to engage through the window, but Siri and I are ready to fight back. Jumping outside, Siri pounces on the player and puts him down for good. Begins to take fire from the second floor, as do I. As I try to hide behind cover, I'm not sure if this is ghost touch or sweat from my fingers or just poor playing, but I'm out of the game.
Arena Breakout!
But that's Arena Breakout for you, and it's not the end because the best part is just beginning. Siri's about to make a last stand that is seriously epic. Let's check it out. Our bro is seriously wounded. There's an entire 4-man squad attempting to engage on him trapped in this little room. Never underestimate your opponent, especially one as clever as Siri. These door shenanigans had me just laughing. Look at the perfect timing of the smoke grenade. Perfect timing closing the door to block the GHO. These are big brain plays, people. And as it starts to rain GHOs, even his teammate loses faith in him. I'm sorry, Siri, I should never doubt you. You lived through the bombardment. He remains a cool cat as the door is riddled with bullets, just waiting for his moment to pounce. Team opens the door and makes a series of fatal mistakes. They're messing with the wrong guy. They're just lucky he didn't have enough bullets to finish the job today. If you look carefully, a clean headshot on the first, knocking the second, knocking the third, and just not having quite enough ammo to finish the job on the fourth. But man, what a fight that was.
Arena Breakout.
Siri would have had this one if he had just a few more bullets or a tiny bit more luck on his side.
Crazy, man. Arena Breakout.
Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, it helps a lot. I'm Rugaboom, and I'll catch you in Kimona.